Hello, magandang umaga Pilipinas. Good morning to everyone. Isang napakasayang test sa ating mga online viewers, most especially sa mga faculty members ng Pampanga State Agricultural University. As usual, ako na naman po ito, ang inyong moderator, Mr. Dexter Andrew O. Manalo from the College of Education. At ngayong umaga, ito na napakahalagang pag-uusapan ang ating talakayin. Meron po tayong the topics installed for this morning. And the topics are a model for teacher well-being in the new normal. At ang ikalawa naman ay creating a positive online learning environment. Maya-maya, pakita natin ang mga galing na resources speaker. Pero to formally open the program, let us all be in silence as we will all into a prayer by Ms. Camille Rodriguez. Ms. Camille?
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. In a moment of silence, let's feel the presence of our God as we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Father, we praise and thank you for this very wonderful day, for the gift of life that you have shared with us, for the gift of good health, for the gift and opportunity of being able to learn from each other and to be able to impart knowledge in this seminar. Father, may you continue to guide and bless us, all who are working in the academe. May we always be reminded of your greatest plans for all of us. This morning, we entrust to you everything. May you open our hearts and minds to be able to absorb all the teachings that our speakers will share to us. This we ask through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you very much, Ms. Camille, for that wonderful prayer. At ngayon naman po, for the opening remarks, pakinggan po natin ang mensahe sa ating mga External and International Affairs Director, Dr. Maria Castella de la Cruz. Ma'am?
Yes, good morning po. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this webinar series. And we are very glad that despite of the busy schedules that we have, you are still able to join us here. Our speakers today are both Lasallians and will teach us on how to stay mentally fit during this pandemic, especially in getting ready for the new normal of educating our students. It is not only the physical that we should be fit, more importantly, it is also our mind that we should be taking care of. We hope that after this webinar, we will be able to enjoy our being mentors to our students and stay happy with our lives as teachers. To Dr. Plata and Dr. Gaduyon, thank you very much for accepting our invitation. And we hope that after this, all teachers in Pampanga State Agricultural University will stay happy, and we hope that you will give us the insights that we need so that we can always be the happy teachers that our students need. Happy learning to all of us, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. De La Cruz. Maraming salamat sa inyong mensahe. On the PSAU Flexible Learning Modality Task Force, again, magandang umaga at welcome sa ating webinar. Ngayon naman po, dumako na tayo sa ating main event, and that is the talk of our resource speaker. By the way, dalawa po ang ating resource speakers this morning. Kaya, umpisan natin ang ating talakayan. For the first resource speaker, ito po ang kanyang bio note. Our first speaker is a burnout survivor, so her mission is to help employees and organizations to develop powerful strategies to balance well-being, happiness, and productivity. She is an unstoppable growth mindset advocate, a motivational speaker, and inspiring retreat leader. She is the first Filipina with an international certification in workplace mental health leadership from Queen's University in Canada and School of Mental Health Leadership from the United Kingdom. She is an associate professor at the La Salle University. She is also a member of Phi Gamma Mu International Honor Society in Social Sciences and the professional speakers of the Philippines. To our online viewers, ito na po ang ating first research speaker who will be talking about 3M model for teacher well-being in the new normal, Dr. Sterling M. Plata. Dr. Plata, it's now your turn.
Hello, good morning. All right, so are you ready? So I hope that it will be interactive. I am looking at Facebook Live now, and I will be asking questions no, from time to time. All right, so I will share my screen now. All right, can you see my screen now? No. All right, let me try that again. I should be able to share my screen. All right, share. All right. Those in Facebook Live, may I see if you can see my screen? May I see if you can see? Yes. All right. Very good. Good morning. I see June, Rosel, Miss Risa, Miss Regine watching now. Good morning. Okay. So we will start with, before I talk about the 3M model, we will do a quick assessment of your time. All right, during ECQ or MCQ or GCQ, please look at the 6 areas, okay, where we spend our time. And in the chat box, indicate there what are the 3 areas that you have time for. Now, do you have physical time, learning time, connectivity time, focus time, family time, you time? Okay, so ano muna tayo? Positive. Three areas where you spend your time or you have time for. 3. Sige, patingin sa chat box. Do you have physical time? Pakilagay lang po sa chat box. Good morning, Facebook Live audience. May tanong po ako, do you have physical time? Like keeping your mind and body healthy by taking daily exercise. Meron po ba? Oh, almost all daw, sabi ng isa. Alright, family time, connectivity time, you time. Very good. So, almost all except family, physical, and you. So, yung iba sa sobrang kabisihan, walang time for exercise, walang time for self, no? For self-care. Okay, so ayan, no? Let's move on. So, please take note of the area or area where you need to make time for, no? So, for example, baka kulang sa family time or kulang sa you time, ha? All right, so very good. So let's move on. So I created this 3M model for teacher well-being in the new normal because like in the introduction, I am a burnout survivor. No, yung I think I had two parang in my lifetime, parang twice siya nangyari. The first time was I was a graduate student. I was teaching in 2 schools. I was doing tutorials kasi dati kasi nasunugan kami when I was graduating from high school. So I was a working student in college. So when I graduated, I told myself parang ayoko na talaga maghirap, parang ganun. So parang nag-overcompensate ako by working so hard. And so I had the burnout and I lost so much weight, and then I look like panda kasi parang dito ang itim, at yung maitim dito kasi kulang sa tulog, no? Waking up early, preparing for graduate school. So, the second time I had the burnout was maybe 10 years ago when we had the business, and then I was teaching full-time, and then may mga side projects pa. So what I learned from that experience is that the most important asset is myself. No, tayo yung most important asset. So if we get sick, or we have so much stress that we cannot function properly, then we suffer, our students suffer, our family also suffers. No? So that's my background. And so it's my mission to share with you how we can have well-being, especially in the new normal. So the 3M, we will cover 3 modules today. And the first module is about mindset. The second one is mindfulness. And the third one is microsteps. All right, so for the first module, we will cover mental health. This is the first module, mindset. Okay. But first, before we talk about the 3 modules, let's talk about the meaning of well-being. Okay. So, well-being, there are a lot, no? But for today, we will cover 3. So, one definition of well-being is mental health. So, the Philippine Mental Health Law states that, so mental health is not the absence of illness, okay, or mental health problems or mental health issues. Mental health refers to a state of well-being in which the individual realizes one's own abilities and potentials, okay, copes adequately with the normal stresses of life, displays resilience in the face of extreme life events, works productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a positive contribution to the community. So, if I ask you now, okay, are you able to realize your full potential? Baka nasa 10% or 30% pa lang kayo ng full potential nyo. No? At ngayong ECQ, ito yung time para mag-reflect na yung full potential ko ba ay na-achieve ko na or nasa ang area na ako? Are you able to cope with normal stresses of life? Kahapon may drama ako. Kasi sa baba, two floors yung bahay. So sa baba, meron akong maliit na table. So dun sana ako mag-work. Pero yung dalawang anak ko, nanonood sila ng TV. So maingay. So umakyat ako sa taas. Mainit, walang electric fan. So sabi ko, pahingi ako ng electric fan. So tatlo sila eh. Yung husband ko, boy 1, boy 2. So electric fan. Tapos umakyat ako, walang pumapansin sa akin. And then, sumigaw na ako, electric fan, yan. Wala pa rin pumapansin sa akin. Tapos pangatlo, wala pa rin. So ito na yung drama ko. Sabi ko, ayan, kaya ako naiinis sa inyo eh, kasi hindi nyo ako iniintindi. So, yan yung mga ganyan. So, if we have well-being, we are able to recognize that, no? Ay, nako, na-stress na ako. And then, ability to bounce back. Hindi yung nasira na yung araw natin kasi hindi tayo pinapansin ng mga anak natin. Meron ba nakaka-relate dyan sa inyo? Okay, so mental health means also being resilient in the face of extreme life events and productive. No? Productive ba tayo sa ngayon na parang walang boundary yung work, no, at saka sa bahay. So the second definition is happiness. So according to Martin Seligman, well-being is about having a good life, and it means having positive emotion, no? It's about being engaged, feeling the flow, having positive relationships, having meaning in life in what we do. And then achievement. So that's sa kanya yung well-being. And then the last one is thriving. So hindi lang tayo living, no, but we are also thriving. And thriving means to live and work within an optimal range of human functioning, what that connotes goodness, generativity, growth, and resilience, according to positive psychology researchers Fredrickson and Losada. So, malawak siya, no, yung well-being. But in a nutshell, it means that we find joy, no, in what we do, and we are able to bounce back. And yun nga, optimal range of human functioning. Okay, so I love this quote because yun nga, no, as a survivor, burnout survivor, I always remind myself that by taking care of myself, I have so much more to offer the world than I do when I am running empty. So, kung halimbawa parang na-burn out na kayo, no, dahil sa dami ng ginagawa, and then you get sick or parang naubos yung energy nyo. Yung feeling ko yun yung parang kandila na nauupo sa both ends. So, or parang cellphone, ayan. Parang cellphone na lobat. Diba? Pag lobat yung cellphone or na-dead na yung battery ng cellphone, wala ka na talagang magagawa. No? Yung cellphone, kailangan mo talagang i-recharge. So, today yan yung goal ko, no, to help us to recharge. Kasi kahit ako din, sobrang napapagod. Bukas pasukan na namin sa Lasal. So, yan yung goal ko. Okay, so I would like to cite this, what you call this news report, no, that it may never go away in ones of mental health crisis. Kasi, sabi dito, the Mayo Clinic defines burnout as a state of physical and emotional exhaustion that also involves a sense of reduced accomplishment and a loss of personal identity. Bakit, no, ngayong pandemic? Kasi ang dami-daming emotions, no, na nararamdaman natin that cause us to fear and have anxiety, no, nagwo-worry tayo, nakaka-stress, parang ECQ, GCQ, mamaya, no, ano na, di natin, may lumalabas ang bahay, anong mangyayari sa kanya. Okay. So, ito na, mag-start tayo sa module 1, and it is about mindset. So, I'm a growth mindset advocate, and so we will start with an assessment. So, first, please get a piece of paper. So, kung meron ba kayong paper? Alright. I will be asking you. Okay, please. So, this is a quick assessment. Please get a piece of paper and write numbers 1 to 8. Okay, so sa chat box, may I know kung meron na kayong paper? 1 to 8 lang. Mabilis lang to. 1 to 8. Okay, so if you have a paper with numbers 1 to 8, I will read 8 statements twice. All you have to do is put check, no? Kung agree kayo sa statement na yon, kung agree kayo, check. Kung disagree, X. No? Lagay nyo lang dyan. So, 1 to 8. Okay, number 1. No matter how much intelligence you have, you can always change it a good deal. So, kung agree kayo, check. Kung hindi naman, X. So, I will repeat. No matter how much intelligence you have, you can always change it a good deal. So, nababago ba ang intelligence? So, agree ba kayo or disagree? Okay, number 1 yan. Number 2, you can learn new things, but you cannot really change your basic level of intelligence. Again, you can learn new things, but you cannot really change your basic level of intelligence. So, agree or disagree? Okay, number 3, I like my work best when it makes me think hard. I like my work best when it makes me think hard. Okay, number 4, I like my work best when I can do it really well without too much trouble. I like my work best when I can do it really well without too much trouble. Okay. Number 5, I like work that I learn from even if I make a lot of mistakes. Number 5, I like work that I learn from, even if I make a lot of mistakes. Number 6, I like my work best when I can do it perfectly without any mistakes. I like my work best when I can do it perfectly without any mistakes. Okay, number 7, when something is hard, it just makes me want to work more on it, not less. When something is hard, it makes me want to work more on it, not less. Number 8, to tell the truth, when I work hard, it makes me feel as though I'm not very smart. To tell the truth, when I work hard, it makes me feel as though I'm not very smart. All right. Now, check or X, no? Count the number of checks for numbers 1, 3, 5, and 7. Yung odd numbers. Okay, odd numbers. So, please count the number of checks. Then, count the number of checks for 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay, do you have more checks for numbers 1, for the odd numbers, or for the even numbers? So, if you have more checks for the odd numbers, then you have a growth mindset. Okay, so if you have more checks for the odd number 1, 3, 5, and 7, you have most likely have a growth mindset. If you have more checks for 2, 4, 6, 8, then in a way that's fixed mindset. So it's okay, no, it's okay. Don't feel bad if it's like mixed. It's okay kasi we're not really like 24/7 growth mindset. It's not like that. So I'm going to explain later on. So let me just summarize. No, if you have growth mindset, you embrace change, challenges. So ngayon, online na. So okay lang, no? Parang I want to learn more about it. So ito na talaga yung new normal. You believe that intelligence and abilities can be improved. That you are not a tech person. I'm not a tech person. Kasi masyado akong impatient. So ayoko na mahabang proseso. Pero kayo, baka kayo, no, tech savvy na kayo, baka kayo ay millennial. So okay lang. So but even if you're not a tech person yet, no, you believe that you can learn it. O, yan. So if you have growth mindset, you believe that effort helps you master new skills. So kung Canvas kayo ngayon, or ano yung LMS nyo, or ngayon, no, tayo, StreamYard, no? If you have growth mindset, you believe that it's okay, no, I will learn it. It takes effort, no? Parang pag sasakay ka ng bike for the first time, or learning how to bike for the first time, di ba? Talagang maggas ka muna. So, part of the yan. If you have growth mindset, you believe that failures are an opportunity to learn and grow, no? So, just last time, I'm the coordinator of purposive communication, and I had to add teacher. So, lahat na kinausap ko, yung ITS, yung coordinator, basta lahat na, nilapitan ko, ano ba gagawin ko, kasi paano i-add. And then, nag-tinker ako kasi impatient nga ako, di ba? So, nakita ko na, okay, meron palang madali lang, no, na system. Pero part of the process yon, no, mag-fail tayo. If you have growth mindset, you reflect on setbacks and use them as lessons. So, nagkamali ako last time, I will learn from it. Pag may nag-feedback sa'yo, okay lang, no? Because you want to learn, no? Hindi mo pine-personal kasi, ganyan. And if you have growth mindset, you celebrate other people's successes. So, halimbawa, may nagti-TikTok sa Facebook, may magaling magluto. So, okay lang yan sa'yo. Kasi, parang, you're kapati ka sa sarili mo. Okay. On the other hand, a person with a fixed mindset avoids challenges, no? Kasi parang ayoko na nahihirapan, believes that intelligence and abilities are fixed. So, may study yung PISA, di ba, yung PISA result, na nakita nila na ang mga Filipino na mga bata ay may fixed mindset. Na iniisip nila, hindi ako matututo kasi yung nanay ko yung magulang ko hindi kami math, hindi sila magaling sa math, mahirap lang kami. Galing ako sa maliit na probinsya, no? So we have a problem, no? If our kids have that mindset na, hindi ako matututo kasi section 5 ako or ganyan. No? So, tayo din, we have a very important role to play, no, as educators by finding out if they have a growth or a fixed mindset. A person with a fixed mindset also means that they are not good enough. No? I'm not good enough. I'm not a good student. When they fail, they feel like I'm a failure. I have a graduate student who worked on a thesis on praise, no, related to growth mindset for for readers frustration level. And what he found out was that for kids who have fixed mindset, no matter how much praise, no, the teachers would give it, there was no effect. And when they failed, all the more they had a fixed mindset. So it's a very important, what you call this, skill or topic that we need to pay attention to. No? A person with a fixed mindset also blames others for setbacks. Kasi yung teacher ko, kasi yung classmate ko. And becomes defensive when critiqued and feels threatened by other people's success. So, yun sinasabi ko, yung si fixed mindset, siya yung hari na sablay. No? Laging na lang sinisisi niya yung ibang tao. Okay, on the other hand, a person with a growth mindset has a limitless mind. So, patingin nga sa chat box kung meron ba kayong limitless mind? Yan. Okay. Alright, so let's continue. So, I will show you a video. Okay, I will show you a video on the relationship of mindset and the brain. Okay, full screen.
Not so long ago, many scientists believed that the brain did not change after childhood, that it was hardwired and fixed by the time we became adults. But recent advances in only the last decade now tell us that this is simply not true. The brain can and does change throughout our lives. It is adaptable, like plastic. Hence, neuroscientists call this neuroplasticity. How does neuroplasticity work? If you think of your brain as a dynamic, connected power grid, there are billions of pathways or roads lighting up every time you think, feel, or do something. Some of these roads are well-traveled. These are our habits, our established ways of thinking, feeling, and doing. Every time we think in a certain way, practice a particular task, or feel a specific emotion, we strengthen this road. It becomes easier for our brains to travel this pathway. Say we think about something differently, learn a new task, or choose a different emotion. We start carving out a new road. If we keep travelling that road, our brains begin to use this pathway more, and this new way of thinking, feeling, or doing becomes second nature. The old pathway gets used less and weakens. This process of rewiring your brain by forming new connections and weakening old ones is neuroplasticity in action. The good news is that we all have the ability to learn and change by rewiring our brains. If you have ever changed a bad habit or thought about something differently, you have carved a new pathway in your brain and experienced neuroplasticity firsthand. With repeated and directed attention towards your desired change, you can rewire your brain.
All right, so we see in this video that we can rewire our brain. No, that means that if we have that mindset, I can learn this technology, I can teach online, I will be able, I can deal with this, with the stress. Then it creates a new pathway for the brain. So what happens in burnout is that you experience, like because it's so overwhelming. Ang dami-daming gagawin. May modules, may webinar dito, webinar ganyan. No? Parang ayoko na, nasistress ka na. And then yung anak mo, if you have children, you have a husband, may pet ka, and then ikaw pa rin, no? How do you take care of yourself? So, the brain gets swamped, no? Hindi siya makaisip ng diretso. So, by developing a positive mindset, we learn to live our life by managing our time, no? Making time for self-care, no? So, yun yung pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Okay? So, in our classes, we can also tell our students about the power of the brain to change. Okay? So, number 3 for the mindset is that mindset is a capital. No? Growth mindset is a way of being, a way of approaching problems, and a way of picking yourself up when you fail. The embodiment of growth mindset manifests in all sorts of non-cognitive characteristics. So, if you have mindset, it's a capital because if you have a positive mindset or a growth mindset, you have grit. No, kilala niyo yung mga tao na, ewan ko kung kayo yung working student, no, and then you worked hard to finish college. So that means you have a growth mindset, or somebody got sick in the family and you showed resilience. It also means persistence and a host of other valuable qualities that emerge when we begin to understand that we have the power to achieve anything as long as we are willing to work for it. Okay? So, the question is, paano yon if I have a fixed mindset or our students have a fixed mindset? It's okay. Because all we have to do is to recognize that there are triggers. Okay? So, try to recall your teacher who triggered your growth mindset. Okay? So, in the chat box, try to recall the name of your teacher who helped you develop a growth mindset. No? So, I had a grade 6 teacher. I was not the best in school. I was not number 1, no? But okay naman ako. Above average. No? But this teacher would always encourage us to join contests, spelling contest, science contest. And whenever she would look at us, we would feel like, as a 6th grader, no, I felt like I can do this, I could do this. And she looked at us with trust, with love, and with faith, no, that we can do it. So think of that, no, may mga triggers tayo. And also, on the other hand, we have teachers who made us feel like, you're not a good student, you're not good enough. As a teacher now, no, what are the triggers of fixed mindset? No, whenever somebody posted something on Facebook with a new gadget, no, that's a trigger. So we need to find out what those triggers are. Now remember that a fixed mindset trigger leads to a trap. So trap yan. Parang spider web, no? On the other hand, a growth mindset triggers lead to a limitless mind. Okay? Ayan. So, remember this one, no? Picture your brain forming new connections as you meet the challenge and learn. So, keep on going according to Carol Dweck. So, the proponent of growth mindset. Okay? So, remember that the mindset is the new capital. Okay? So, it's related to health, well-being, being productive as a teacher, as a parent, as a daughter, as a church leader. No, your mindset, our mindset is the new capital. Okay. All right. Okay. So, what is the action challenge for you? Okay. Sige. So, before I talk about the action challenge, I would like to just talk about what's going on in our brain, okay, because of the pandemic. So, sabi dito, according to Harvard Medical School, in relation to stress, no? Stress and the brain. To understand why stress affects thinking and memory, it's important to understand a little about how the brain works. Your brain isn't just a single unit, but a group of different parts that perform different tasks, according to Dr. Ressler. Researchers believe that when part of your brain is engaged, the other parts of your brain may not have as much energy to handle their own vital tasks. For example, if you are in a dangerous or emotionally taxing situation, the amygdala, or the part of your brain that governs your survival instincts, may take over, leaving the parts of your brain that help to store memories and perform higher order tasks with less energy and ability to get their own jobs done. The basic idea is that the brain is shunting its resources because it's in survival mode, not memory mode, says Dr. Ressler. And this is why you might be more forgetful when you are under stress, or may even experience memory lapses during traumatic events. Okay, so ngayon na we are in transition, we are going through so much stress. And so my action challenge to you is this, okay? What are you going to do so that, what are you going to do whenever you experience a fixed mindset trigger? Okay, and what are you going to do so that you will have more of positive or growth mindset trigger? Okay, so example yan, when you experience a setback in technology, using technology, so that is a fixed mindset trigger. Okay, what are you going to do to overcome it? Okay, so yun yung action challenge ko sa inyo. So try to think of what are those triggers that lead you to have a fixed mindset, and to recognize triggers of positive mindset. Okay? So let's see sa chat box, ano po yung mga positive mindset, growth mindset triggers that you have. Let's see. My comment. Okay. So, okay. So before we, but eto na nga, no? So on paper, please write down what are you going to do with the triggers of mindset, and what are the things that you can do so that you can develop a growth mindset, particularly in the new normal. Okay. So before we leave this, I would like to share one study that they found. They studied the brains of taxi drivers in London. Um, they wanted to find out the difference between the brain of those who were able to memorize the streets. They had to memorize the streets in London in order to get a license. And they found out through the scan that those who passed, no, those who were able to memorize the streets, their brains were bigger, okay, compared to those who didn't pass. And when they retired, the brain also shrank. So that means the brain also expands. No? It is always changing. So always remember that whenever you are thinking of, I cannot learn this. This is so hard. No, let us develop positive words. Like I can do this. The Lord is on my side. No? Okay. So we're done with module 1, and may I ask you what are your takeaways? So in the chat box, may I see what are your takeaways? Nandiyan pa ba kayo? All right. Okay, let's move on. Yung qigong later na lang kasi medyo pressed for time, no? All right. So, module 2 now on mindfulness. Okay? So, mindfulness, we're going to talk about first, what is the definition, what are the benefits, and then we're going to talk about meditation, And then I have a bonus for you. It's a well-being retreat. Okay. So first, I'm going to show you a short video on mindfulness. So this is just short, so 2 minutes.
You may have heard this word mindfulness. It's become something of a buzz phrase of late. I'm going to give you one simple, serviceable definition, which is this. Mindfulness is the ability to know what's happening in your head at any given moment without getting carried away by it. Imagine how useful this could be. Just as an example, driving down the road and somebody cuts you off in traffic. How do you normally react? I think most of us, we normally react by having a thought, which is, I'm pissed. And then what happens next? You immediately, habitually, reflexively inhabit that thought. You actually become pissed. There's no buffer between the stimulus and your reaction. With just a little bit of mindfulness, in that same situation, you might notice my chest is buzzing, my ears are turning red, I'm having a starburst of self-righteous thoughts, I'm getting angry. But you don't necessarily have to act on it and chase that person down the road, screaming at them with your kids in the back of the car thinking you've gone nuts. Now, you might be thinking, don't I need to get angry sometimes? Aren't I justified? I would say yes, but probably not as much as you think. The proposition here is not that you should be rendered by mindfulness into some lifeless, non-judgmental blob. The proposition is that you should learn how to respond wisely to things that happen to you rather than just reacting blindly. And that, my friends, is a superpower. How do you get it? The way to get it is through meditation. I believe that meditation and mindfulness are the next big public health revolution. In the 1940s, if you told somebody you were going running, they would have said, who's chasing you? But then what happened next? The scientists swooped in, they showed that physical exercise is really good for you, and now all of us do it, and if we don't, we feel guilty about it. And that's where I think we're headed with mindfulness and meditation. It's going to join the pantheon of no-brainers like brushing your teeth, eating well, and taking the meds your doctor prescribed for you. Let me just close by saying, mindfulness is not going to solve all of your problems. It's not going to render your life a nonstop parade of unicorns and rainbows. Nonetheless, this is a superpower and one that is accessible by you immediately.
All right. Do you have that superpower? Mindfulness. Okay. So remember the example that I gave you earlier about my drama about the electric fan, no? So if because I was mindful, I recognized that feeling. Naiinis na pala ako, nagagalit na ako nagagalit na ako. And then, I don't want this feeling. And so, I want to do something about it. Okay? So, instead of getting angry, I was the one who got the electric fan from downstairs and moved on, no, with my life. May mga tao na, naalala ko tuloy yung kwento na may kaibigan ako na nag-away sila, tapos sobrang natawa ako kasi nag-away sila mag-asawa. Tapos yung asawa, yung babae yung nasa taas, nasa hagdanan, sa landing, yung asawa niya lalaki nasa baba. Sa galit niya, binato niya yung stand fan, no, doon sa asawa niya. So, ganun yung nagiging epekto if we are not mindful, no? Parang nagiging, tayo? Sino yung, Incredible Hulk? Yan, no? Parang our emotions overtake us. Yan, no? But if we are mindful, sabi niya, sa studies, no, na mga nabasa ko, sabi niya, mindfulness affects our health. Timeless Body ba yun? Ageless Mind by Deepak Chopra. Basic principle, no? Sabi niya, mindfulness helps our health, no? It delays aging. May mga studies ang daming studies na ni-review na kinompare nila yung brain ng mga nagme-meditate at yung hindi, at nakita nila na ibang-iba, no, yung brain. So, it improves the brain, helps us to be more organized, no? According to Sharon Salzberg, it is essentially training our attention so we can be more aware, not only in our own inner workings, but also of what's happening around us in the here and now. Na-experience ba yung parang lumipas yung araw na parang, ay, ano nangyari? Nakarating na ako dito, no? Kasi hindi na mindless, 'di ba? Mindless eating. Ang dami mo na palang nakain na kanin. Mindless eating nga kasi stress, no? So, yan. So, according to Deepak Chopra, meditation is a progressive quieting of the mind until you get the source of the mind, which is pure consciousness. Ayan. So, sino ba nagme-meditate na dito? Okay, so, mag-focus na tayo doon sa well-being retreat. Okay, so, kalma na. Let us pause. So, this is my bonus to you. Let us pause. Breathe. Recharge, and these are the best gifts to self. Okay. All right. So let us imagine, okay, so that we are on a retreat. So this is this beautiful, beautiful place, and we arrived here by plane. This is in Palawan, and this is Casa Plata. And we'll be here together for the retreat. I would like to quote Marcus Aurelius when he said, people look for retreats for themselves in the country, by the coast, or in the hills. There is nowhere that a person can find a more peaceful and trouble-free retreats than in his own mind. So constantly give yourself this retreat and renew yourself. So dahil nga nasa GCQ tayo, social distancing, we cannot go to Palawan or to Mount Pinatubo, yan, no? But we can have a retreat in our own mind. So we will experience it, okay? So, welcome to Casa Plata, and leave your bags by the door, and let us gather in the common area and in the meditation area. So this is your room. Please leave your bags here. Okay, freshen up for a bit. And then let us move to this common area. So this is our meditation room. Ang ganda ba? Gusto nyo? Yan. Okay, so welcome. I am Sterling Plata, your retreat master for today. The first thing that you have to do when you enter this space is to become quiet and think of your intention for this retreat. Okay? Do you want to feel calmer, more centered? Do you want to relax? Do you want to recharge? Do you want to find clarity? So write that on a piece of paper. So again, do you want to feel calm, more centered, to relax, to recharge, to find clarity? Write it down on a piece of paper. Now, as we enter this sacred space, leave your bags by the door and leave your worries behind so that you can be fully present. So, the first meditation that we're going to do is called the 1-minute relaxation. So, find a comfortable position, sit on a chair with your back supported, and place your hands on your lap, and you may or may not close your eyes. So it is up to you. So if you're ready, I'll give you a few seconds to settle down. So find a comfortable chair, put your hands on your lap, relax your body, close your eyes if you want. If you don't want to close your eyes, then you can just look down so that you are not distracted. Now begin to become aware of your breathing and focus on slowing down the rhythm of your breathing. Your chest and abdomen will expand outward with each breath like a balloon gently filling with air. Imagine your rib cage moving out to the sides when you inhale and gently inward as you exhale. Slowly take a deep breath and pause for a moment and then exhale slowly. Let the tension melt away as you relax more deeply with each breath and continue breathing slowly and gently. Now turn your attention to the top of your head and feel the passive progressive relaxation beginning at the top of your scalp, spreading slowly downwards. You feel your head, your eyes, your ears relaxing, your jaws relaxing, your neck relaxing. Allow your temples to relax. Let your jaw relax by allowing your mouth to be slightly open with your lips apart, gently touching. Allow your tongue to relax. Let the tension melt away and imagine the tension flowing out of your fingertips. Allow your left hand to relax completely. Relax your thumb, finger, middle finger, ring finger. Both of your arms are now totally relaxed and allow them to be free and limp, pleasantly relaxed. Enjoy the feeling of relaxation you're experiencing and let the passive progressive relaxation continue to flow, spreading easily down your body. Allow the feeling of relaxation to continue to your chest, your stomach. Now turn your attention to your upper back and lower back and feel the relaxation flow down your spine. Let all the muscles give up their hold. Relax your upper back, middle and lower back. Allow your back to relax completely. Relax more deeply with each breath, more and more relaxed, deeply relaxed and calm. Let your hip muscles relax, your buttocks, your back of your thighs, your knees, your ankle. Notice your breathing again and see how regular it has become. Continue to slow, smooth, deep breaths. Enjoy the feeling of relaxation, and I will pause for a few seconds just to enjoy this feeling of relaxation, this gift to ourselves to just be quiet and relax. Now, if you're ready, I will count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open your eyes, and in the chat box, how was the feeling? All right. So, were you able to define your intention for the retreat? All right. So, all of the above ba? Okay. Recall a time during the ECQ when you felt happiest. Now, what ingredients made you feel so alive even during lockdown? And what helped you to be resilient? So, this is our framework for our mini retreat. So, remember mindfulness and meditation. Okay. And if you found a magic lamp and a genie were to grant you 3 wishes, what would they be in relation to your well-being? Okay. So, yun na nga, no? We had the 1-minute relaxation. And then now we will practice creative visualization. So this is called morning relaxation, guided energy starter, and positive affirmation. So we will have 2 and 3 today. We're done with number 1. So again, sit quietly, palms up on the on your lap. Okay, and begin the guided energy by taking some deep energizing breaths. So close your eyes if you want. If not, it's okay. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in again, breathing in energy, and exhale. Keep breathing slowly, deeply, and calmly. And with each breath, you can take in the air your body needs and become filled with energy. Exhale the tension or fatigue. Okay. Allow your hands and arms to become warm and awake. Close your fists and then open again. Close and open your arms a few more times, waking up the muscles of your hands and your arms. Visualize the day ahead. Visualize waking up, excited to start the day. You are so grateful to the Lord for the many blessings that you have received, and you take a few moments of silence, okay, meditation, to be grateful, to be quiet, to recharge. And then you pray, and then you exercise, and you start the day excited. And you end the day, at the end of the day, you turn off your laptop or phone and say, that was an amazing experience. Imagine walking with a spring on your heels and like, wow, no, I am so happy and blessed that this day happened. So let us continue visualizing that, and then we move on to positive affirmation. So while we are visualizing, let's please repeat these sentences, affirmations. My work makes a difference. The Lord is on my side. I create wonderful opportunities every day. I am inspired every day. Every day I am getting better and better. There are no limits to what I can achieve. I am excited to learn something new today. I am doing my best. I can improve my health today. I am courageous. I respect myself. I am where I need to be right now. Everything is possible. I can find solution to any of my problems. I do not worry over things out of my control. I love myself enough to take advice from others. I create healthy balance in my life. All of my goals are manifesting. I am surrounded by people who love and respect and support me. I always make time for family and friends. I am unstoppable. Okay? So, on a count of five, five, four, three, two, one. Let's come back. Okay, and move your hands. Okay, your head, relax. All right, in the chat box, what is your favorite affirmation? Okay, like what we talked about the brain, no? If we focus on positive affirmation, new pathways will be created instead of negative words. Visit, malas, no? Nakakainis, bakit ganon, sana ginawa ko, no? So, instead of focusing on I'm scared, na I'm not good enough, hindi ako magaling, hindi ako matalino, let's focus on the positive by focusing on positive affirmation. So may I see in the chat box, what are your favorite affirmations? Okay, kahit isa lang. Ano po yung isang affirmation na gusto nyo doon? Maraming participants gusto nila yung I am unstoppable. Okay? So kayo po, ano po yung sinasabi nyo whenever sa sarili nyo, no? Whenever you experience a setback or on or every day, no? Ano yung sinasabi nyo sa sarili nyo? Okay? All right. So, let's move on. All right. Just right in time. Okay. So, we're done with the first one, no? Mindset, module 1. Module 2 is mindfulness. And in mindfulness, no, meditation, being present, no, recognizing our feelings, recognizing what's going on in our surrounding. And for the last module, microsteps. So I like this concept of microstep because yun na nga, no, I'm impatient. I went through burnout. What helped me to recover from burnout was about micro steps. The beauty of micro steps is, sabi si Ariana Huffington, sabi niya, the best way to convert our willpower into habits is by starting small. It's a common element to every successful behavior change program. Make it easy, says James Clear, author of Atomic Habits. The central theme is to create an environment where doing the right thing is easy as possible. Much of the battle of building better habits comes down to finding ways to reduce the friction associated with our good habits. So sabi niya, to create a new habit, you must first simplify the behavior. Okay, simplify the behavior. And make it tiny, even ridiculous. So how did I survive or recover? So in burnout, because you are swamped with a lot of things, di ba? Parang nakakalungkot na hindi mo magawa and you don't have the energy. So dead na yung battery mo. Paano? Di ba? So, when you charge your phone, hindi naman bigla agad 100%, di ba? 1%, ganyan. So, what I did was to focus on self-care. And the first thing I did was to set boundaries by saying that I should stop working when I'm tired. Yan. So, kung na-experience nyo yan, ngayon na lockdown, kasi parang nag-overcompensate tayo. Ganun yung na-experience ko. So, natakot ako, no? So instead, I told myself, I will stop when I am tired. I will stop working at 5 p.m. I will leave. I will look for something that will give me joy. And so I found Zumba na dati hindi naman ako mahilig doon. So I enjoy pala ako. And then K-drama. So meron ba nagki-K-drama? Mga Chloe Jen fans. So the thing that you have to do, the thing I learned about microsteps is that make it tiny, and make it tiny, a baby step, so that you feel good. No, so as slowly I recover that feeling that kaya ko pala. Okay, that those microsteps help build my energy again, no, well-being again. So I challenge you na be kinder to yourself, no, self-care. So there are 3 things, no? Physical well-being, spiritual well-being, self-care, and happiness. Okay. So, physical. Yan. Okay. So, yan, tanong ko, meron bang okay ba yung inyong tulog? Meron akong friend, sabi niya, hindi na ako makatulog sa sobrang stress dahil dyan sa COVID-19. No? So, I hope that you are able. So, nap is good. No? It's a gift to self. Mag-nap kayo. Right? Do you eat? Do you binge eating ba? Yun na nga, mindless eating ba? Kasi nga, nasa stress. Yan. Do you get, are you active? So, sabi doon, may time ba kayo for exercise? Microstep pa rin, no? Yung sa sleeping, ang tip doon that I read, just leave your phone or turn off your phone. Don't bring it to your bedroom. Okay? Yung eating, sit down daw, no? Sit down. Wag yung parang kung nasan ka, kumakain ka habang natatrabaho. Ayoko ng mga meetings na kumakain tas nagbi-meeting, no? Dapat sabihin niyo sa boss niyo, kumain tayo kung kakain tayo, mag-meeting tayo kung magbi-meeting tayo. Wag yung kumakain and then working on something, no? What I learned about exercise is that it doesn't have you to be long, no? Merong 15 minutes, yun nga. Yung Qigong na 7 minutes. I-share ko na lang yung playlist sa Qigong if you are interested, and playlist ko sa 15 to 20 minute na Zumba using K-pop music ko if you like that. So what I also learned about enjoy being relaxed is that, like what I showed you, 1 minute relaxation, 1 minute meditation. No? So yun yung physical. Sleep, eat, exercise, enjoy. O, napakadali lang. S-E-E-E. Yan. Sleep, eat, exercise, enjoy. Micro steps. Okay? For spiritual well-being, I like this prayer. Okay? Sabi dito, may all, loving kindness meditation. So repeat after me. May all beings be well. May all beings be filled with love and kindness. May all beings be healthy and safe. May all beings be free of suffering. May all beings be happy and peaceful. So each time you wash your hands, say a short prayer, meditation, or blessing for 20 seconds. Yan. Choose your favorite words. I am at peace. I am safe. So pag di ako makatulog, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Depending on what's needed at the moment, you can replace all beings with I, my community, my family. Prayers and blessings can center and calm us and also keep us facing outward to the world with our compassion and love. As you pray, remember the long view of history, the rhythms and cycles of nature, the invisible threads that connect us all. Okay, so question, no? What could you do now to have more well-being? Di ba? Pinag-usapan natin yung mindset, mindfulness, microsteps, physical, spiritual, self-care, no? Ano yung, what could you do now to have more well-being? What is your self-care routine? Self-care routine. Ako gusto ko magpa-araw, and then meditation, no? Siyempre prayer, family time, exercise, and what do you want to feel? Ngayon, after ECQ, I want to feel that I am alive, no? That I have transformed. What is an image that will remind you of this goal? Okay? Isa bang plant, tree, seed? Yan, no? Okay. Now that you have vision for your well-being, what are some specific steps to move you closer to your dream? And what will you leave behind? Okay? Dadalhin niyo pa ba yung mga old baggage niyo? Yan, no? Okay? What resources or practice do you need? Okay? So, always renew you. No? I like doing this virtual retreat kasi nga, dun sa experience ko, na nakatulong yung mga retreat na ganito para ma-renew ako. Okay? Be the first to get my free ebook. Nasa process pa, no? So, just email me, sterling.plata@gmail.com about how you felt during this virtual retreat. Kasi ang dami-dami ng webinars, no? Pero yung retreat, hindi pa natin masyado na-experience. So, just email me, sterling.plata@gmail.com about how you felt during this retreat. Okay, so renew you, always recharge, reset, and reinvent. So, let me close with this prayer. Okay, from I got this from Father Jet, no, delivered during the invocation at the PLDT annual stockholder. Sabi niya, Lord of life, help us listen to what you are telling us these days. Lead us to what you are asking us in this storm. You are inviting us to leave familiar shores while the waves are high. You are asking us to make this crossing to the other side while the horizon is dark. We do not know what is this other side holds for us. We are afraid. You know our fear. Give us faith to see you with us now in this boat being tossed by the waves. Give us hope to hold on to when life rolls sideways and the lurking becomes unbearable. Give us love to give to each other when our hearts break, when we are tired from rowing against the wind, when we are hungry and lost and alone. Please give us enough light to keep us going, enough silence so we can listen to how you are asking us to take heart, to keep together, and to be. Please empower us to find our strength in you. Help us to be brave And this we pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Okay, so if you like to join this group, no, Growth Mindset Champion PH group, so please join this group, Growth Mindset Champion PH, and let's create a movement, no, because we need each other for this. All right, so that's my last slide. Thank you so much. Medyo nag-exceed yata ako sa time. All right, thank you. I give now
Thank
the
you very much,
to
Sterling Plata.
yes.
Maraming
Thank you.
po. Since kanina po
See the
nagtatanong kayo,
sorry.
since kanina po nagtatanong kayo what we felt during your talk and after doing those activities, ako po ibibigay ko na yung feelings na naramdaman ko. I felt somewhat renewed because of those small things that we did. You know, the prayer, the breathing exercise. Sabi ko, parang mas light form siya ng Tai Chi. Yung breathing exercise ng mga Chinese. And
True.
here are some takeaways na meron ako habang nag-iisip siguro ng questions ang ating mga online viewers.
Okay.
Importante na to be kind to yourself. Thank you for reminding us that, ma'am, that we have to be kind to ourselves, that we should not judge ourselves na hindi namin kayang gawin ng mga bagay-bagay dahil we are still capable of growing. Lahat po
True.
tayo still capable of bearing fruits. Salamat po sa pag-remind sa amin nun. And we have to be mindful to respond wisely to situations. Hindi dapat kailangan kapag galit, parang mag-asawa lang, kapag galit si husband, huwag sasabayan ni wife. Tama po, although wala pa akong asawa. Lagi ko lang naririnig sa mga usapan ng mga matatanda, huwag sabay dapat pag galit.
Yeah.
Dapat isa lang. Tama
Tama.
po no, ma'am. And positive affirmation.
Yes.
You have to think positively and to think of good things that could help us be well. Saka, syempre, tulad ng kinoment ko kanina, iwas trigger. Sa mga online viewers natin, alam nyo natitrigger kayo ng isang bagay, iwasan. Kung natitrigger yung mga Facebook posts, pwede naman kasi mag-unfollow. Sakit
True.
ng karamihan. No? Tapos marami pong patola, yung mga pumapatol sa kung ano-ano. Kaya iwasan na trigger na bagay. So sa ating po mga online viewers, I think nasatisfy kayo dun sa mga bagay na ginawa natin kanina. Breathing exercise and prayer. May tanong po ba mula sa ating online viewers? Ayun, may comment po tayo. From Ma'am Rose Lacanilao from the Forestry Department. It is an affirming and liberating experience.
All
I
right.
think it's
Thank
the
you.
way of Rose. Thank you. Meron pa po ba tayong mga comments dyan and other questions? I think, ayun, meron po. With God's help, I can perform my task today. Tayo pong
Yes.
lahat, kayang-kaya po natin. Sa mga nababurn out po dyan, may time naman po kayo para magpahinga, pause muna. Di po ba ma'am? Kailangan din nagpa-pause tayo. Sabi nga,
Kailangan.
be kind to ourselves. Kung kailangan magpahinga. Meron pa namang bukas.
Hindi pa natapos yung gawain.
Yes po. Tomorrow na ang start ng pasok ninyo, no ma'am? Kami po sa
Yes.
August pa.
Oo.
Kaya maging handa na po tayong lahat for the new normal. Ayun, from Ma'am Melanie Alonzo Crisostomo. Thank you po, Dr. Plata. Na-renew po ako at na-relax. I love the me time.
Yes. Lalo na kung meron kang pamilya, nakikita ko meron kang pamilya, lalo na sa nanay. Sobrang laki ng demand, no, sa ating oras. So, yeah, make time for yourself as well.
Ayun, yung module 1 takeaway naman ni Ma'am Lenny Garcia, do not judge yourself. We can always learn things.
Yeah.
Tayo po lahat. Kaya sa mga mag-online teaching, katulad po namin, online mode, flexible learning modality na po kami. Tayong po lahat, kaya naman po natin. Kaya, chill lang muna tayo for now.
Yun lang.
One step at a time. Microsteps, sabi nga po ni Dr. Plata. Any other comments from our group? I think everyone's happy. Ang saya po na tungkol sa sarili yung pag-uusapan ngayong umagang ito. It is kinda renewing and refreshing. Parang tubig na iniinom, parang tuyong-tuyo ka na, tapos bigla pa inumin ka ng water.
Yan.
Nadilig ng kaunti ang tigang na lupa sa aming mga isipan. Maraming salamat po. Dr. Plata, this will not be the last time na magpapasalamat kami. In the future, baka po magpatulong po ulit kami sa inyo, ma'am.
No problem. Basta may
Opo, maraming
pastilya.
salamat po ulit.
Saan ba yung campus nyo pala?
Sa Magalang, Pampanga po, northwestern foothills of Mount Arayat. Malapit
Wow.
lang po sa Arayat.
Yeah.
Talagang
Alam-
nasa Arayat na po talaga, Mount Arayat,
Okay.
sa foothills.
Thank you so much. Namaste. It means I salute the divine in you. Thank you so much, Dr. Chris and Dexter, for inviting me. For the participants, who participated here, may we all be blessed. Okay, yung loving kindness meditation, wag natin kalimutan. Andito lang ako, i-off ko lang yung video, but nandito lang ako. Okay?
Thank you so much
All
po,
right.
Dr. Plata.
Okay.
Salamat po.
Thank you.
To our online. Salamat, ma'am. Sa ating mga online viewers, halfway pa lang po tayo at magiging mas makabuluhan pa po ang ating usapan ngayong umaga sa tulong ng ating ikalawang resource speaker. Kung kanina po ang pinag-usapan natin ay ang 3M model for teacher well-being in the new normal, ang kasunod naman po ay creating a positive online learning dynamics. Matutulungan po tayo ng talk na ito sa ating pagtuturo online. Sa darating na Agosto, alam naman po natin, hindi pa po pwede ang face-to-face, kaya distance learning po muna tayo. And to help us is a resource speaker na isang licensed guidance counselor and licensed psychometrician. She finished her BS Psychology from Silliman University in Dumaguete City at ang kanyang Master of Arts in Education, major in Guidance and Counseling sa University of Negros Occidental, Recoletos. At kanyang natapos ang PhD in Educational Management sa University of Saint La Salle. Siya po ay active sa pagiging resource speaker. Sa katunayan, she talks on various topics such as effective communication in organizations, behavior matrix and self-image, love and sexuality, leadership and sensitivity training, career guidance and job preparation, at personality development training. Sa ating online viewers, most especially sa mga PSAU employees, ito na po ang ating ikalawang resource speaker this morning, a mother of 2 kids. Here is Dr. Marijoy Oñate Gaduyon. It's your turn, ma.
Hi. Can you hear me? Okay lang siya? Okay. So, welcome po and hello. May I speak in your dialect? It's Maya Pabak. I was taught by Sir Dexter this morning. I hope I did not mispronounce it. So magandang umaga po. Good morning to everyone. And I was so enlightened by the talk of Dr. Sterling this morning. And in my case po, we'll be talking about yung interaction po natin with the students. So creating a positive online learning dynamics. So let's take a deep breath muna. So let's breathe in 4 counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hold the breath in 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's exhale in 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So may natutunan naman po ako kay Dr. Sterling, no, to be well, to be comfortable. So I'll challenge you now to do an activity before I start my talk. I want you to get a ball pen and piece of paper, please. So if you did that already, kindly show me an approve sign or a smiley if you did that. Ball pen and paper po. Okay, let me see some approve signs. Okay, so if you're ready, let's do the activity. So ito pong gagawin natin. So I'll be giving you 30 seconds to actually write your signature for 30 seconds on that piece of paper. So if you're ready, ready? Okay, may nakasmiley na, meaning to say may ready na. So if you're ready, 30 seconds, write your signature on that piece of paper. 30 seconds starts now. Okay, write as many signatures as you can. So kahit ilang signature, basta in 30 seconds, you fill up that paper sa signature mo. Sige. Go ahead. You do that. 15 seconds, 10, 9, 8, okay, 4, 3, 2, and ball pens up. Everybody, ball pens up. Okay, now I want you to count the number of signatures you actually did or you wrote. Please count them and please write them sa chat box. Ilan ang nagawa mong signatures? Okay, I'll wait for your answers. Sige, let's count the number of signatures you did. Okay, so can anyone write their answers? Ilang signatures? How many did you write? Okay, 17. Okay, I have one from Mom Roma, 17. 9. Okay, what else? In 30 seconds. How many signatures? 13. 21. Okay, higher than 21. Anyone higher than 21? Okay. Okay, I think so far, the highest is 21. 22 from Gerald. Okay. So highest so far sa akin is 22. Okay, now this is my challenge to you. Now, I want you to turn the paper over sa clean side niya. Okay? Please give me an approve sign if you turned over the paper na. Okay. So, highest ko for now is 22 signatures. So, as you turn over the paper, this is my challenge to you. I want you to transfer the ball pen to the non-writing hand. Go. Your non-writing hand. Okay. And again, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to write your signature. Wag mo na ha, wag mo na. 30 seconds to write your signature. As soon as I start the timer, you can start writing your signature. Ready, and start. Okay, please start writing your signature in the non-writing hand. Okay, go ahead. Enjoy it. Okay, great. Okay. You can share your comments as you're doing it. Of course, you cannot share your comments because you're writing. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ball pens up. Okay, now I want you to write the number of signatures you were able to write in your non-writing hand. Kindly answer that in the chat box, please. Ilan? Kanina yung highest is 22. So ngayon, ano yung signature? 12. Sir Gerard, kanina, ilan sa'yo? 4. Okay. Raven, 9. Parang lumiliit yung number. Christine, 4, 5. Okay. Now, parang lumiliit yung number sa non-writing hand. 16. Okay, wala akong nakita na 20 plus. Okay. Anyway, okay, great. Thank you for your sharing. Let me ask you this question. No, paki-answer lang ha sa chat box. Why do you think you were not able to write the same number of signatures in the non-writing hand? Yung sa kabilang hand. Bakit hindi mo na-beat yung number of signatures? Bakit kaya? Okay, can somebody share? Okay. Wala yatang naka-20. O bakit kaya? Anong nangyari? Okay, can somebody share? Yung isa, 1 lang. Can that person who wrote, actually, Ma'am Evelyn, you wrote 1. Bakit isa lang ang nasulat mo in 30 seconds? Sir Alan, 4. Bakit 4 lang? Can you share your answers, please? You were anxious. Katatapos natin ng breathing exercise and the calming exercise with Doc Sterling, na anxious ka. Okay. Okay. Not used to writing using that hand. Correct. Of course, no, logical, binigyan pa ako ng question mark because it's the non-writing hand. Exactly. Okay, bakit ko pa tinanong kaya, no? Okay, good. Now, anyway, lack practice, correct. Okay, not use. Okay, no practice. Hindi po sanay sumulat sa kabilang kamay. Exactly. Now, this is what I want you to understand in the experience. Thank you for participating, by the way, everyone. This is what I want you to understand about the experience. When you transferred it to the non-writing hand, actually the number of signatures that you have achieved is not as important as what your mind was thinking when you were doing it. Have you noticed that yung iba, when you started writing in your non-writing hand, what happened was you started actually judging yourself. Diba? Pwede namang gumawa ng any signature there. Wala naman rules. Wala naman akong sinabi na you should really write the same signature. Hindi ko naman sinabi. Tapos, hindi ko naman sinabi na you have really to beat. So somebody said, I felt anxious. I didn't say you have to beat the number. You can write as many as you can, right? So, but if you notice, what happened in the exercise is you started resisting writing it because I think some of you were saying, ay, ang hirap. No? You started writing once and then nag-stop ka. Ang hirap. Ang sabi, yung iba naman sabi, ay, hindi maganda. No? If you notice, the problem with us when we're dealing with change actually is we start to judge ourselves. So that's the concept of the exercise. Now, this is true in real life. In fact, what we're facing right now is the new normal. No? So change is happening. So like the exercise in the ball pen, we are challenged to actually go to our non-writing hand and do something about it. No? And you said, no practice, tama. Pero actually, it's not the no practice that makes it harder to write, but it's more of our resistance because we keep on beating a certain standard that we actually made for ourselves. So any change for that matter, kasabay ng change is actually the feeling of fear. Okay, no, kasabay niya is the feeling of fear. So when we're afraid, our mind actually makes choices either to see it as an opportunity or to actually see it as a threat. Dalawa siya, no? Pag natatakot tayo because of the change, either we can see it as an opportunity or we see it as a threat. Now, when we see it as an opportunity, usually the emotion that goes with opportunity is excitement. Na-excite tayo, wow, online learning, parang iba talaga to, no? We get excited. But when we consider change, any change for that matter in our life, as threatening, what we experience is anxiety and stress. I think that's what most of us are actually feeling right now, no? More than the excitement. However, when we get excited over something, normally what happens is we become creative with our solutions to the problem. So we become more creative because we get excited. So sabihin mo, for example, hala, anong gagawin ko, no? Because mahirap to, no? You begin to think creatively on how to respond to your problem. But when you feel anxious and stressed, what happens are the three possible responses. Either some of you will flee it, tataka sa situation. Like, I guess some of the older and wiser members of the teaching community would say, for example, ayoko na, magre-retire na lang ako, ang hirap ng online learning. So it's fleeing from the situation sometimes when we feel stressed. Or some of us might feel, might get into a fight mode. Ang fight mode, naging irritable, naging angry. So, inaaway natin yung mga department chairs natin, inaaway natin yung administration natin dahil sa mga lahat-lahat na lang ng mga webinars and mga learning modalities na tinuturo sa atin. We know we need it, but these are just normal responses to stress and anxiety. So, we fight. So, you notice, ang dami mong inaaway, hindi lang mga kasama mo sa trabaho, pati sa bahay, no? Because you're overwhelmed. And then another reaction would be for you to freeze. It's a good thing that Doc Sterling explained a while ago how our mind functions when we're stressed. So nasa stop yung other parts when we're overwhelmed by information. So it's normal pala na we get to experience na parang we resist learning. Matalino naman tayong tao dahil mga teachers tayo, pero mahirap mag-learn at the moment kasi nga stress tayo. So when we consider it a threat, we will get into solutions that are actually not positive solutions. We change not for the better, but for the bitter. So this is the dynamics of what we're going through right now. Now, ano ba yung change and challenges that we're facing on online learning? Number one would probably be because of the overwhelming information that we're getting, we are led to a state of helplessness and inadequacy. Kahit yung pinakamagaling na teacher, with all of these things that you have to learn in a short period of time, parang na helpless and feeling inadequate. So just like transferring the ball pen to the other hand, parang ayoko, hindi ko kaya to. So another challenge of online learning is that sometimes we get excited at the start, but as it goes on, our self-motivation actually wanes, no? It's the same for us and it's the same for our students as well. Nawawala yung self-motivation natin. And then the third change would be, there is an increase now of efficiency, mean to say, ang delivery, more efficient siya kasi prepared. However, the most obvious change there is the dynamics, the interaction. So, ano yung changes? In face-to-face, the change in dynamics is that all of the responses or the results are immediate. Mean to say, may pag pinagawa ka sa person, makikita mo talaga yung results. Yung sa online, it's persistent. Nandyan lang siya. All throughout, 24/7, nandyan lang yung activity. Okay. In face-to-face, the interaction and when we work with our students is in real time. So meaning to say, if I say something to my students, makikita ko talaga yung reaction niya right away, no? So real time siya. So meaning I can do something about it right away. But in online, sometimes the dialogue is quite difficult to maintain because basically, for example, I'll write a comment, but I will still wait for the responses, especially if ang interaction natin is asynchronous, mean to say hindi real time. So hindi ko malalaman kung anong reaction. I have to wait till they answer. The next one is in face-to-face, we can actually gauge the emotional and psychological state of our students. Ibig sabihin, makikita natin kung naboboard sila, na-anxious sila, and we can do something about it. However, in online, there's lack of immediacy, meaning to say, we really have to wait and observe their performance in online engagements to see that something is wrong with them, or we really need for them to assert themselves and write to us that they're having difficulty for us to know that they're not actually learning. In face-to-face, when something like this goes wrong, naboboard sila and the like, we can easily change direction if necessary. Ganyan tayo kasi experts na tayo in on-the-floor interaction. Pero in online kasi, the contents are so prescribed that nawawala yung spontaneity. So if you can see the whole picture, even if you have been awarded the best teacher for the past 20 years, it's so difficult to engage yourself in the new dynamics and interaction with this online learning. So we are challenged here to adapt, not only to cope, but to adapt to win. So meaning to say, iba siya. If it's adapt to cope, there is resistance, there's passivity, natatagalan yung pag-learn natin dahil nagagalit tayo and the like. But if it's adapt to win, we mentioned a while ago in the diagram, we're excited, we're ready. Okay, so let's talk about the topic itself, online learning dynamics. So when we talk of dynamics, we're talking about interaction. I'm not talking about the content. I'm talking about the interaction between the student and the teacher, the student and the student. So meaning to say, even though it's online, there is still a classroom environment. Nata-transfer lang. So that classroom environment is the psychological climate. Now, we need to understand that after a matter of time, nawawala na yung interest ng students natin to learn kasi nga, wala yung verbal and non-verbal cues that's necessary for the social interaction. A lot naman of our students are going to school because they're happy meeting their friends. It's really the social interaction. So that's why in online learning, there is a need to make more effort to give a positive psychological climate para yung quality ng learning environment tataas din. So when we talk of positive learning dynamics, we're talking about students feeling comfortable learning, students communicating with each other and communicating with us in the most comfortable way. I hope you're still with me. You give me an approve if you're still with me. So dynamics there is usually built on an environment where students can feel a sense of belonging. Kahit hindi sila nagkikilala, ang challenge natin are actually the first year students kasi hindi pa sila magkikilala. So the dynamics there would be to build an environment where they feel they belong in that class, they can trust others, they're encouraged to deal with the challenges in as much as we as teachers are also dealing with the challenges. So pag comfortable sila, then it's a positive learning experience for them. So let me share with you quickly lang yung mga 5 steps to create a positive learning dynamics. Thank you for that approval. I'm glad that you're still with me. I hope you're learning. So the 5 steps in creating a positive learning dynamics. Let me share step number 1. Now, Doc Sterling talked about changing your mindset. The first step is to support. Now, usually, as a teacher, we're more of providers of learning rather than providers of supportive learning. The challenge now for us is we need to become more of a coach than a teacher. So a coach gives supportive learning rather than provide it. So most likely, here are some of the differences between a teacher and a coach. First and foremost, a teacher would be subject-oriented. Magaling ka sa science as a teacher, magaling ka sa biology, magaling ka sa math, pag engineering, English for that matter. You're an expert in that. But as a coach now, you're not only concerned with the content because the content is already there, but you're more of building the relationship with them so that they can collaborate with you and their classmates in learning. Nag-iiba na siya. So facilitator ka na, hindi ka na just teacher. The environment is formal in a face-to-face engagement or a teacher engagement. However, when you become a coach now, what you do is snippets of advising sessions to them. Hindi mo binabigay in 1 hour ang lahat ng content. Parang nippets lang. Nabibigay mo na yung content in advance and in the class, you are just creating an advising session on how they're going to learn from the material that you actually provided. And then, as a teacher, contextualize lang, no? Nalilimit lang yung learning mo sa materials na binibigay mo. But when you now become a coach, ang goal natin is to remove the barriers in learning. Nahihirapan sila, di ba? Self-learning kasi ang online. So, we remove the barriers in learning and now we provide soft skill support. Ano yung mga soft skill support? Their ability to listen, their ability to communicate, negotiate, their ability to manage conflict both internal and external. So, ganun na yung pag-coach, di ba? When you coach someone, pag hindi na kaya, yung parang ikaw yung nagpupush na, sige pa, 1 more, kaya mo pa yan. So in the online learning, you become more positive when you are somebody like that. Okay. Tip number 2 is to be an influence. Now, when you become an influence, you are the facilitator in the class. We need to understand our power. I know that you know your power already, but in the dynamics of the classroom, mahirap kasi because nakatutok ang estudyante sa atin. There is a study conducted by Marlowe et al. In 2016 about class dynamics and teacher support and conflict in relation to the peer ecology, meaning in relation sa anong nangyayari sa classroom. And the highlight of the study showed that when the teacher is supportive of the class, most likely the students will like each other and will have pro-social behavior to each other. Nagtutulungan sila dahil like sila ng teacher. On the other hand, pag ang teacher may conflict sa klase, irritable siya masyado, and so on, so hindi niya gusto yung mga estudyante, it is also associated with the students disliking not only the subject, but disliking their classmates or their dynamics in the class, and showing aggressive behavior. Dito na yung mga bullying, mga comments nila. So you will see that in your online engagement pag nagbubully na sila ng classmates and so on and so forth. Now, also the study highlighted that when a teacher has differential behavior in a classroom, when you say differential behavior in a classroom, iba-iba ka mag-treat. Yung mahina, parang kinikriticize mo, or you look down on them. Yung mga mag-aagaling, you continue to allow them to dominate in class. Differential behavior. It results usually to them also relating to each other in hierarchy. So which is not actually good, no? Natatabunan yung iba. In fact, in one study, they said that in online daw, naiiba na yung dynamics kasi yung mga introvert will start now to become more expressive kasi invisible sila. Now, another highlight of the study said that, but when teacher gives equal support to the class, pare-pareho lang ang treatment niya, most likely the ecology is that of supportive ecology. So we have a power in influencing our students through means, for example, like you bring the students together in engagements that create human interaction. Alam ko ang topic mo science, but the way you will focus to them is that you're going to share with them their experiences, their feelings, their values about the topic being talked about. So the subject now becomes more human. And then another one is to create a positive influence is for you to be a model of a flexible approach. I remembered one time when I had this class with some students, we were the first to actually encounter the quarantine na nagkaklase kami. So some of my students may not be able to get in because of lack of connection and the like. So I also model to my students how to approach the situation in a more flexible way. So sabihin ko, okay lang, PPM ko siya. Now I'll PM you. So while I'm having classes, pini-PM ko siya, and then when I do that, when I become supportive, some of his classmates would make a way. O sige, if Facebook Live namin yung Zoom, and so on and so forth. So you become a model of influence to them. And then the next one would be you show kindness to the weak students by showing an increase in empathy to them. When you model this, they become also they also support each other and they become compromising with activities. Ibig sabihin now, hindi na tayo nagmamagaling. Our goal here is for them to be able now to collaborate with each other. Hindi na yung sino yung mas magaling, mas matalino. Okay, so that's our goal. The third tip, is for you to be able to release your students. Diba tayo, loco parentis tayo. So as parents, we become protective of our students, and sometimes we become like their parents in school. But in online learning, it's very important that the dynamics is similar to a parent letting go of the child at home. You release them. So for example, what are some of the ways to release them is to allow them a certain control in their environment. Sila na yung may control, hindi ka na. Give them a sense of agency, the ability to control their own learning. How do you do that? First, you as a facilitator now, you begin to be attentive and sensitive to their needs. Nakikita mo yung sino weak, sino yung slow. But then you care, but you don't cuddle. Meaning to say, you care for them, but you don't lower your standards. You give possible means na makukuha nilang learning without spoon feeding or making them look like babies inside the classroom. Kawawa ka naman. O sige, wag ka na lang mag-pass and so on. We care, but we don't cuddle. Next one is, it's very important also that when we release our students, we encourage them to voice their opinions. And um, as they, usually ang mga bata kasi, pag hindi pa natin na-establish yung rules and netiquette in our class at the start, or even if we establish it, malilimutan nila yung netiquette or ang rules mo inside the classroom. But then we don't stop them by criticizing them when they go off bound. Very important lang, allow them to voice opinions, but you remain within the instructional goals. You allow a little bit of humanness, but balik tayo sa what is the objective for today. Okay, next one is, it's very important for you to be able to clarify when students are quite confused. Alam mo naman yung mga confused, hindi na sila sumasagot, they don't pass assignments on time. For example, bigla silang, they'll start making up reasons and excuses for not being able to cope up with so many things. So these are our challenge because hindi natin sila makikita physically. But you will notice now that either quiet sila. So it's very important for you to be able to detect and respond and allow them to deal with the situation, not by taking care of what they cannot do, but allowing them to share the responsibility in thinking or in doing. Ibig sabihin, when we give a feedback, we don't just say, mali, or hindi maganda. We give them instructive feedback. The next one is, to release the student, we need to challenge them to think critically. No? Pag nahihirapan sila, again, we don't go back to being the mother-father role inside the classroom, but you allow them to search for ways to deal with the difficulty. Meaning to say, it requires us a lot more patience to actually wait for them to discover how to deal with their own difficulties. So as you can see, this is one exciting part of online learning. Kahit mahirap siya, we're now teaching our kids to become adults because we're trying to release them now. Okay. The next tip is, tip number 4, is actually for us to captivate our students. What do I mean by captivate? It's not only about looking your best when you're doing classes with your students. By the way, this is important. As a teacher, kasi mindset, psychological climate yan, that when we're dressing up, we're putting up makeup, when we're talking with our kids, mindset din sa atin na, may klase ako. And sila din will step up to that influence. So how do we captivate them? We captivate them by being socially present. When we say socially present, let's avoid detachment, na mawawala sila. How do we do this? So, for example, pag marami ka nang binibigay na maraming assignments and text, at malimit lang yung Zoom meetings or this meeting, magbigay ka naman sometimes sa kanila ng video feedback. Example, nagbigay ka ng group work. Instead of giving just comment on their work, you can do video feedback to them. So makikita nila yung face mo. You'll feel very human to them. So makaptivate mo na naman sila. Next would be, one tip siguro is to provide, for example, a time for your students. Alam ko we're rushing on our schedules because we're trying to adapt to online learning. However, very important then that you give them moment to share personal profiles and photos to make them quite significant and visible to their classmates para may relationship din sila. Kasi sometimes natatapos na yung klase, hindi actually nila alam kung sino yung classmates nila. Hindi nila nakikita kasi. Next one is, it's very important now, our challenge in adapting to the new normal is maging adaptable tayo sa sending messages to our students. So, but the messages needs to be respectful, also personal messages, and timely. Yan lang. We have to be present, because when we're asking them to join the discussion board, we should be there, and we need to affirm them in a timely manner, at least right away. Pag hindi possible, we also need to to clearly express why is it not possible. For example, you put guidelines like, class, beyond 9 o'clock, you won't see me answering your messages. Or you say, during weekend, wala kayong makukuha sa akin. But at 6 in the morning, I'll sure to be there. So parang alam nila yung dynamics mo rin sa kanila. And make it frequent. Okay. Very important for you to also to make the quality of your media better. So yan ang work ng IT team ng school ninyo, or even your own provision of technology. It should be high quality. So there's live chat, Zoom, FB, Skype, and many other platform like Canvas, and so on and so forth. The school will teach you and provide. Learn it. Get excited. Kasi alam mo, pag nagtatry ka rin ng Zoom, parang na-excite ka rin and to discover na meron palang feature na gumaganda yung skin ko. So as you get excited, mafe-feel din yun ng students natin. Okay, very important for you to form groups and allow them to use the discussion boards. Ibig sabihin, they make comments, not just approve, not just hello, but to make comments. And you should also be in that discussion board for the feedback. Importante sa kanila yon. Na parang hindi mo pinapabayaan. And lastly, my last tip is for you to shift. Sinabi kanina ni Dr. Sterling, very timely, the importance of shifting our mindset from fixed mindset to growth mindset. I also agree and believe in that concept. So, because I understand that we cannot give what we do not have. Ibig sabihin, if we have not shifted our own mindset, our students actually will experience the same thing. Now, how do we shift our mindset? First is to be able to laugh our own mistakes. When I had my first Zoom experience or Zoom meeting with my students, I didn't know how to operate it. So I was laughing. Or sometimes, di ba, naka-caught off guard tayo, no? Parang formal tayo. Pag tumayo tayo, naka-shorts tayo, nakikita yan ng students. So let's not appear too different, far off from them. And let's allow them to see that we can also laugh at our own mistakes. Next is very important for us not to take ourselves too seriously. When we fail, it's not failure, it's just learning. We're almost all on the same boat here. As teachers, we're a few pages ahead of them palang in terms of using the platform, the online learning. Sometimes nga, mas magaling pa sila kaysa sa atin. So when we fail, don't consider that as failure, but consider that as learning. Number 3 is you value the process over the results. Ibig sabihin, be kind to yourself. Just allow yourself to go through this. Sometimes kasi some of us are achievers. We have a standards. Pareho kanina, you have a standard. So you have to write the same way. I think we need to relax a little and value what we're learning from this. Even with our students, we value the process over results. So sometimes nakaka-compromise yung content, but remember, in online, the content is already there. So they can learn on their own pace. What is more important is actually your relationship with them on helping them learn. Next is, I need us to drop, for the meantime, our need for approval. Kahit ikaw yung pinakamagaling, pinakameritorious teacher, right now is not the time to seek approval from anyone because we're adjusting. So i-drop na natin yan. And let's be ourselves for the meantime, and let's be open for learning. It's very important also for us, finally, to develop or cultivate a sense of purpose. Why do I need to adjust? Hindi ka na makakabalik. Kahit everything will be lifted, but the new normal is going to challenge us now to think in terms of a new alignment, a new purpose in life. So we need to cultivate the sense of purpose. So in summary, let me share with you the 5 steps again. The first one is for us to provide support. Second one is for us to be an influence to our students. The third one is for us to enable them and release them. Number 4, to captivate them, engage them. And the last one is to be able to shift our mindset to the new normal. Let me leave you with an important quote for all of us. It is change, continuing change, inevitable change that is the dominant factor in society today. So no sensible decision can be made any longer without taking into account not only the world as it is, but the world as it will be. God bless to all of us. This is not easy, but I thank you for your attention. I wish you well. Let's be well. Um, um, in behalf of the school where I came from, University of St. La Salle, leave Jesus in our hearts forever. And thank you, everyone, and have a good day.
Muli po magandang umaga. Hello? Narinig po ba ako?
Hi.
Narinig po ba ako? Hello?
Yes.
Muli po, good morning and thank you very much, Dr. Gaduyon. Sa ating po mga online viewers, pwede na po tayong mag-post ng ating mga katanungan, comments. Ako naman po, mag-comment ako. Ang takeaways ko po from your talk, ma'am, includes the following. Para sa aming mga teachers, we have to clarify our instructions. Sa ating mga tagapakinig, kailangan laging maliwanag kung kailan tayo available, kung kailan lang tayo pwedeng kontakin ng mga bata. At saka, sabi nga ni ma'am kanina, let us take things lightly. Hindi naman kailangan pine-pressure natin ang mga bagay-bagay right now. Especially, may iba nang kina-stressan ng mga tao ngayon sa mga buhay nila. It will
True.
help us to take things lightly. Pero syempre, kailangan din nating bigyan ng pansin ng pagpapaganda ng quality ng ating media as teachers. At saka tandaan din po natin, tulad nga ng sabi ni Dr. Gaduyon, na we cannot teach what we do not have. Kaya nga po tayo nagkakaroon ng webinar, dear online viewers at mga PSAU faculty members, for us to be equipped and to be ready for the new normal. So, yun po natin at the side yung mga ganitong bagay. Ako po may katanungan po ako ngayon, ma'am. Bago po magtanong siguro ng mga online viewers, ano po yung pananaw ninyo dito? Kunwari po, sasabihin po ng isang teacher o ng isang parent dun sa estudyante niya na okay lang na hindi ka mag-enroll right now kasi mahirap ang distance learning given the situation na sa isang lugar, mahirap nga po ang internet connection. At kahit may data is malabong-malabo po na makapag-synchronous learning. Sa tingin po ninyo, ayos lang po ba iyon na sabihin as an advice sa isang estudyante?
Na hindi sila mag-aaral at the moment? Is that it? Is that your question?
Pag po tinanong ka ng bata, sa tingin po ninyo, sir, mag-enroll po kaya ako ngayon? Given na yung internet sa barangay po namin o sa location po ng municipality namin, talagang mahirap. Kahit data or wifi.
Sir Dexter, thank you for that question, Sir Dexter. I think very important kasi that this engagement in online learning, hindi lang kasi tayo at students are involved. If you notice, malaki pong part ang school na may involved, tsaka po yung parents. Kasi po hindi pa sila nasa-psychologize din sa idea of online learning. So you were asking me, is it all, what advice would you give the students? Let me share something personal muna po ha. Personally, I don't agree that the student would stop learning. I understand the limitation, but for them to stop learning for a year and not do anything can do a lot to their psychological well-being. Mahirap. Kahit nagre-relax sila, the fact that hindi sila engaged on the same pace with their classmates and wala silang natitake in, parang may effect siya po sa well-being ng mga bata. So now, then what is the solution to that? If you're saying, for example, reality would tell you walang-wala talaga sila. The school plays a big part in actually responding to this situation na maybe the school can think up of ways na maging more flexible than just online learning. let's take for example, ito lang ha, I am not an expert really in like educational platforms. Pero my ideas would probably, why don't we use cell phones, for example? I think majority of them have cell phones. In getting access to education, why don't we use the radio? Why don't we use paper, where they can just access to paper and so on, and then do the assignments, and the teacher can probably broadcast just 15 minutes of an a learning session over the radio over a topic that they're interested. Radio lang yan. Lahat naman siguro tayo may radio. So we make all possible ways na parang they can get access to education that not necessarily online if the situation is really difficult. Kasi iba naman sa Pilipinas reality natin na hindi lahat can afford a computer and the like. So I wouldn't advise the student to stop, but I also would encourage the school to think up of ways to address the issue of those students na hindi kaya yon. And it's possible for the creative naman tayo, di ba? When we get excited, as I mentioned a while ago, when we get excited, we get creative. So, maging artista kayo sa radyo, for example. Joke lang yan ha, yung artista sa radyo. But that we can do. That we can do. I hope I answered your question logically. Sir Dexter.
Salamat po. It will enlighten a lot of our online viewers po siguro, lalo na kailangan nating i-exhaust ang lahat ng possible ways to help students. I agree kay ma'am. May effect po talaga yun sa bata. Kasi po sa Pilipinas, di po ba, sabi nga nila, ang edukasyon lamang ang mapapamana natin sa ating mga anak o sa mga young ones, and education is a light. If we will remove that light or hope, baka lalo silang maligaw. So I think it's very logical naman po. Although it's very
Sir
challenging.
Dexter, it's very challenging. Sir Dexter, may I add? Kasi po, kahit mahirap yung mga assignments, yung assignments po give the children a sense of purpose every day. 'Di ba? Hindi nila ginagawa yung assignments kasi napakarami. Pero pag may assignment, may sense of purpose na force sila to wake up in the morning and do something and complete something. And that is important to our sense of well-being. 'Di ba? Productivity is important to our sense of well-being. So bata pa sila. How can they play if other classmates are there engaged in learning? Maiiwan sila, and that can have a major psychological drawback to anyone. Kaya I would even urge the government to think up of ways to make it more possible for these students to learn, di ba?
Salamat po ma'am. Tandaan natin yun, sense of purpose. Hindi lang mga estudyante, tayo rin mga faculty members. Sabi nga ng commercial sa Nescafe, I could remember, para kanino tayo gumigising. We should at least have a purpose.
Sir Dexter, kanino ka ba gumigising? Para kanino ka gumigising?
Siyempre, una pa, sarili muna.
Very good, very good.
How can we love somebody else?
Wow, shift na tayo sa mindset of love. Joke. Okay.
Salamat sa inyong kasagutan. Sa ating pong mga viewers from Dr. Chris de la Cruz, I will adapt the activity you have shared with us. It is true that when we explore new things, we still want to maintain what we are used to doing, making us disappointed when we are not able to produce the same output. So marami pong salamat sa inyong kanina, ma'am. Ang gandang comment. Ito po from Prof. Amalia Briones. Yes, relate much po, Dr. Gabuyon. Understanding and empathy are very important keys in doing the process. Thank you so much po. Thumbs up po sa inyo. We have to be more understanding, kinder. From Prof. Maydin Guevara, thank you po. Let us all be well and be good to ourselves and to everybody.
Tama. Sabi nga, sorry Sir Dexter, sabi nga sa Cinderella story, be kind, be courageous, but be kind. Diba? Kailangan natin yan. Let's be courageous, but at the same time, let's be kind. Wala kasing panahon ngayon to brag about your expertise kasi the point here has nothing to do with our expertise. The point here is to actually facilitate learning and make it easy for everyone. Make it easy for everyone. Ayaw natin na for a year, our kids will not be learning anything. So we make it short and simple, but we deliver the goods. Yun ang most important.
I agree po, ma'am. Sa tingin ko rin po, maganda po maging mahusay at magaling, pero higit na maganda ang maging mabuti tayo ngayon. Ayun po, may takeaway naman po si Professor Marian Jansen Valerio. There are challenges, but also opportunities in this new normal. In embracing the new normal, coming up with new standards is a must for teachers and students to benefit from it. Thank you very much for your comment, ma'am. And napaka-active po ng mga online viewers natin, Dr. Gaduyon.
Diba sir, right now, in the new normal, we are forced actually to be more in touch with our emotions. Kaya lang, being in touch with our emotions touches also not only the good emotions, but the bad emotions as well. So ang challenge sa atin ngayon is to be able to get to know both part of ourselves and process it para ma-integrate na natin. Kasi if you notice, our educational system before focused only on the cognitive development. So by the time they go to work, hindi sila marunong mag-collaborate and interact with their peers. Magaling lang sila, pero wala silang social skills. So the online platform, despite the fact na may social distancing hindi tayo nagkikita, hindi tayo nag-i-interact, but we're forced to learn the skill of collaborating with people. So as we collaborate, we also show to them our humanness, our emotions. So na-challenge tayo talaga to get in touch with that. Your frustrations, your anger, your love, your fun, we need to actually verbalize it for people to see that something is happening. So we're taught not to be lazy in online learning or in the new normal.
Salamat po sa inyong idea, maging makatao at magpakatao. Sabi nga po ni Ma'am Christine Fajardo, yes po, we can never go wrong with kindness. Salamat po sa inyong mga magagandang comments, dear online viewers. May katanungan po ba tayo, Dr. Gerald? Do we have any questions na nakapo na pwedeng i-post? O dahil wala po pinapost si Dr. Gerald, I think yung pong comments, it tells us na marami po silang natutunan sa ating talk ngayong morning. Again po, Dr. Marijoy Oñate Gaduyon, maraming salamat po sa inyong time for being our resources speaker. Any last statement po before po ako pumunta kay Dr. Gerald?
To quote a title in one Korean novela, it's okay not to be okay at the moment. We can do this. We can do this. So pag nag-unite yung collective consciousness natin with the desire to really adapt to the new normal or with the desire to be better persons, to be in touch with ourselves, we can actually do this together. Thank you.
Thank you very much po. I also like that it's okay not to be okay for the meantime. Magiging okay din naman
for the meantime. Yes. But our goal is actually to be okay in the end. Thank you.
Marami pong salamat. Again, we would like to thank our two resources speakers, Dr. Sterling M. Plata and Dr. Marijoy Oñate Gaduyon. Muli po maraming salamat. And for some announcements and probably the closing remarks, ito po ang chairman ng Flexible Learning Modality Task Force ng PSAU, Dr. Gerald Salas. Dr. Salas, please join us. Ayan na po si Dr. Salas.
Okay, so thank you, Sir Dexter. First and foremost po, we would like to thank our speakers, Dr. Sterling Plata and Dr. Marijoy Gaduyon, for granting our request, for sharing their insights and inspiring us. Honestly po, habang nakikinig po ako sa inyong mga talk, I was really inspired on yung po mga insights na pinrovide niyo po sa amin. And rest assured po na your tips ay i-apply po namin sa aming flexible learning modality this coming first semester. So maraming salamat po. In behalf of the President, Dr. Honore M. Soriano Jr. and the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Anita G. David, we're currently in a strategic planning workshop po. So kaya hindi po sila nakadalo sa atin. And meron din pong another webinar on ng CHED sa flexible learning challenges on flexible learning. So hindi po sila nakadalo sa atin. But I know they would like to extend their gratitude po sa inyo, Dr. Plata and Dr. Gaduyon, for sharing your expertise to us. And for some announcements po, tomorrow we will be having another webinar. It will be on cybersecurity, but there is a registration form po for this. Our speakers will be hosting yung ating pong webinar for tomorrow via Google Meet. So yung pong ating registration is until tonight. And we will send po yung Google Meet link upon registration. So again po, maraming salamat sa ating pong speakers, Dr. Gaduyon and Dr. Plata.
Thank you.
Again, maraming salamat po, Dr. Gerald Salas, the Chairman of the Flexible Learning Modality Task Force for PSAU. Sa lahat ng ating online viewers, I hope marami po kayong natutunan. It's really fun to talk about our well-being once in a while para rin matulungan tayo to adjust with the current circumstance. Sa lahat po ng tagapakinig natin, maraming salamat po. Nawa po, tandaan po natin ang mga natutunan natin ngayong umaga sa puso at gawin natin sa darating na Agosto. Maging mabuti sa ating mga sarili at maging mabuti sa ating kapwa. And with that, thank you very much, Dr. Ferdy Plata and Dr. Marijoy Onyate Gaduyon. Muli po, this is your moderator, Mr. Dexter Andrew Manalo from the College of Education. Kita-kita po ulit tayo sa susunod na webinar ng Flexible Learning Modality Task Force. And this is Dexter saying, happy morning at ingat po tayo sa COVID. With that, goodbye everyone! Maraming salamat po.
Bye. Thank you for inviting us.